I pull that, they don't like to see you winning. They wanna see you in a penitentiary. I need me a little baby who gon' listen. Girl, I don't wanna be the one you ignorant. My mama told me, boy, make a decision.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Clutch Talk podcast /YouTube/We Do It All. As always, I am your host, John. Very happy to be here. Jay Hill, what's going on? I know you're over there in the 6.
Yo, chilling, man. Excited to get into this interview with Jason, man. Appreciate him coming on and everything, man.
Man, I am so excited for this interview. Before I even introduce our fire guest today, I just have to tell the fans how excited I've been to do this interview for weeks and weeks, man. This is not only a great friend of mine, man, not only an international star, man, but a City College legend, man, a San Francisco legend. We got my guy Jason Ricketts in the building. Jason, man, I'm so happy to have you in the building, man.
Man, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate that, man. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff today, man. Hey, I ain't no City College legend, bro. I ain't no City College legend.
Man, we got a whole lot to unpack today, man. So, guys, basically what we got here is we're going to be talking about Jason's basketball journey, man, because many people do wish to go pro, man, and that's exactly what Jason has did. You know, he's accomplished the goal that many strive for. So we just going to talk to him, pick his brain, and talk to him about how he thinks he got there. You guys cool with that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So, Jason, man, let's start where it all started, man. At what age did you start playing basketball? Who put that ball in your hand, and at what age was that? So I started. So first of all, I'm gonna give you a little scoop, guys. So I started playing soccer first. Okay. So I played soccer because here in Europe, soccer is the main sport. So I started playing soccer, and then I realized it's not for me. I wasn't good at all. So I was just scoring in my own goal and stuff like that. So I was just terrible. And so I started falling in love with basketball at the age of 7 because of my brother. So I just wanted to do like him and play basketball. And since 7, I never looked back. And I'm 21 right now, and just look, from 7 to 21, I'm still playing ball.
So it was your brother that introduced you to the game of basketball because you just wanted just to do what big bro's doing?
He didn't really introduce me because I just I seen him play, and I'm like, man, I want to try this. Like, you're always trying to do like your big bro. So I just was like, you know what, let me try this. And I just try and never look back.
And how much older is your older brother?
So my older brother is 34.
Okay. So he's a
21.
little older.
Oh yeah, he is.
Okay.
A bit of.
So Jason, you just told us that where you really first started playing basketball was with your brother, but was that where you first fell in love with the game when you were like, man, I this is what I want to do? Because for me personally, I remember playing basketball like in elementary school just because that's what everyone did. But I remember when I really fell in love with the game was when I got a bit older, like around middle school, is when I used to just go to the park every day with my friends, and I remember going to school and just being so excited just to get to the park just to play some basketball, man. So what story was that for you? How did you fall in love with hoop?
So I fell in love with hoop actually when I came to the US. My 2 high school years. I already loved the game, but I was like, wow, like I really love this. Because you know how high school ball is. It's just crazy, packed game, cheerleader, the vibe is just crazy. So that's why I'm like, well, I really love this game, But before I love it, but in high school, I was like, yeah, this is my shit. That's when I realized, yeah, this is my shit.
Okay. So that was around high school. Jay Hill, what about you? Because Jason, I just want to let you know, Jay Hill's a college hooper himself. He also played over there. He also played over there in Canada. So Jay Hill, when did you fall in love with the game?
Yeah, similar story. Well, for me, it was basketball was always in the family. My pops played Division II ball, so kind of just growing up, That was something I always did. Honestly, I don't even remember when the first thing, but I remember I went to an event, and at the time, it was a YMC event, I believe, and we're just, it was just all of us. So I think I was about 5 or 4, and I was sitting there, and they had brought Danielle Marshall, who was on the Warriors at the time, and he came and was speaking. And I was in awe. And I remember there was something like he said he was picking out of the crowd of kids, like he's bring us up in it to dunk on the hoop. And I remember I think I raised my hand and he picked me. And I just remember being starstruck. And after that point, I was just like, I'm in love. Like, I just never put the ball down from that point on. And I was like 5 or 4. And from that point on, like, I stopped playing in 2020, like after my career ended in here in Canada. But man, ball has just always been ingrained since that point for me. So similar story. Yeah.
Ball is life for real, man.
It's life, man. It's life. Like, I'm like right now, the way I feel about the game is just like, man, it's like a drug, man. I need it, right, man. Like,
it's pure.
It helps me. Like when I'm down, it helps me with what I got going on in my life. It's just like it's everything to me.
Man, I love to hear that, Jason. I could see the passion in you, man. So I love to hear that, man. So
it's my thing.
Yeah. All right, Jay. So you started at the age of 7 playing with your big bro, and then you get a little older, and then you hit 14, and then you get your first taste of organized basketball. Again, I'm gonna tell the fans right now, I'm gonna butcher his name so many times. I'm gonna butcher the name so many times, guys. Jason grew up in France, so Jason, all these club names are just so different. They're not like AAU teams, man. So Jason, can you tell us one more time the name of your first basketball club you played at?
So my first basketball club when I was 7 that I went to is Espil Rouen.
Okay.
So that was my first club from 7 to 14. Espil Rouen. And to that, throughout this 7 to 14 time, from 13 to 14, I made the top, it was 10 or 15 best player out of my region. So it was like a little program, that I had to leave home for like the whole year. I can just only come home during the weekends. And for like a whole year, it's just like a program, the 10 best player out of the region just practice together, and then they go back to the respective team. So I did that from 13 to 14. But yeah, from 7 to 14, I just played in Espil Rouen, and then I moved on to the real big deal after that.
Okay.
Appreciate that. So Jason, I got a question for you. So the club system there, you talked about at 7. Did you say you started at 7 there in France? Yep. I know it's a little different from here in the States, just in terms of like how basketball, how you get into it. So you talked about clubs. Here it's more just, if you start at a local rec are different. So kind of talk about how the system there is in France and kind of compared to here in the US.
So for me, the US, I only know like high school and college. So here in France, we don't have high school teams, all that. It's only clubs. It's only clubs. We do have university like basketball teams, but it's just not as big as you guys in the US. Mm-hmm. So here is just only clubs, and that's like that for, I think, every sport. So that's how it works, man.
And how is that, Jason? Because like you said that you were playing for your first club from ages 7 to 14. Most 7 to 14-year-olds in the United States are in school, like they're in recess. So how was it, at like being that young and really kind of like were you living a professional life to where you'd work out, you go to a little bit of school and then you'd come back, or how was that? Because when I was 7, I was eating lunches, Danimos.
So at the age of 7, it's just for fun. But once you started getting older, you hit that little 12, that 13. That's when it started getting real. You practice every day. You have games every weekend. So it's getting real. But from like 7 to 10, it's just like, having fun. You only have practice like Monday. I remember I used to have practice Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then we have the game the Saturday. And then when I moved up, it was practice every day, every night. It was just only one practice though, because we had school, but it was just one. It was just one practice at night every day.
And was it like these like IMG Academy and these big academies that they go to school for like 2 hours and then they work out for 10 hours? Was it like that, or how was it?
Nah. So I went. So yeah, I forgot to tell you that. So from 13 to 14, it was like an academy. It was basically an academy. We were sleeping over there. They had dorms. We was eating over there, just like a college, campus. So that was the academy stuff from 13 to 14. But then, I was just going to my school like right next door, and then my mom or my dad would take me to practice, and that was it. I was just gonna have like a regular day at school, and then 2 hours or an hour and a half of practice, and I just go home.
Okay.
But when I went to the academy from 13 to 14, we had our schedule was kind of like they rearranged our schedule, so we had practice in the morning. We used to wake up, boom, like go to practice in the morning, and then after that we had school. And here school like ends late, guys. I'm talking about 6. I'm talking about 6,
Jeez.
5.
What?
Yeah,
Dinner time.
That's terrible.
yeah. Bro. So we used to do that after then practice in the morning, then school, then after school, boom, practice. Then we had to eat. And then we have to do our homework, and then you had a curfew, and then just next day, the same thing over and over and over. So that was like the academy thing from 13 to 14. That's when I really, started really focusing on basketball, because I had nothing else to think about in school too, but
So do you credit that time that you spent in the academy to much of your success now? Because I bet that really put a work ethic in you that most didn't have at the time.
Yeah. It was. I'm very grateful for that adventure. It was nice, man. It was tough, but it was nice. I only saw my family, on the weekends. Like it was just like we left Friday night, but Friday night I had practice, and then I only had Saturday, because Sunday night I had to retreat back to the academy. So it was tough. The first, I'm gonna say, month or two, it was tough. But then you get used to it, So, but it was really nice, man. It helped me a lot. I met cool people, and it was just a nice experience.
That's great, man. That's great to hear. So, Jason, you can feel free to give us an on the court and off the court moment while your time at this club. What was your favorite moment? From ages 7 through 14.
Oh,
what was an on the court moment and an off the court? Whatever you feel free sharing with.
So, on the court, it was my buzzer beater. I had a crazy, I can't even remember, but I had a crazy buzzer beater, guys. I'm talking about crazy. I just threw the ball and it went in, and that was just insane. That was like one of my best memories from that time on the court. And off the court is just the people that I met, man. So the people that I played with throughout this time, they became like 5 of them became my best friends. So to this day, they're like my brothers, So that's the off the court thing. Like those 5 people that I met, they're like my best friend, like my brothers, basically. So that's my off the court thing. But hey, my on the court is my buzzer beater for sure. Every day.
I love that. I love to hear it, man. So Jay, as we keep moving forward, you started to get a little older, and like how you mentioned, you moved on to your second basketball club. Again, I don't want to butcher the name. I don't want to disrespect my people over there in France. Could you help us with pronunciation with your second basketball club?
So the name of my second basketball club is called Estebilal.
Okay.
And so this Estebilal, I spent 2 years there, and this is a real academy. Like this is like same thing what I did the year before, but like harder, and I'm away. You know, it's like
Okay.
so I'm from Rouen, and I went to Le Havre, and it's like an hour drive. So I used to stay there. We had dorms. It was just like basically college, but no, not in college. But like we had dorms. We had to go to school. We had practices. It was so yeah. That was my second club. It was an academy.
And how did you like that? Was that something that you were enjoying at the time, or was it like, man, like I don't want to be here type thing, or how did you feel, you know, as you were going throughout the academy?
It was fun, man. It was fun, brother, man. I have so many memories. It was like one of the best time of my life, man. Because literally that academy, I was just basically living on my own, you know. So I was by myself, and you know, I ain't got no parents, so I'm doing everything that I want. It was just fun, man. It was an unbelievable experience. It was
Okay.
so much fun.
Okay. And Jay, what made you want to leave your last club and to come to this one? Was it because, you know, you started to get like too good, you know, you needed better competition so you can get more recognition, or what was it?
Nah, it's because so my club. So let me explain this to you guys. So my club, they had a pro team, right? And here in France, we have bunch of pro level. So my club was at the top level, like poi, that's what we call it. And so that year, they were terrible. They were terrible, and they were going down one more. They were going down to Pro B, which is the under level. And so, with that being said, I was my last year. I was playing Cadet and Espoir, and Espoir is like under pro. It's like, you know, like the big guys, like, you know, some of them like play with the pros or be on the bench with the pros. And since, you know, my pro team is going down one level, they ain't gonna have that level anymore. So I was like, I don't know if I should stay and that level that I'm gonna stay. I don't know if it's good enough. So I don't know if I'm gonna get more exposure. So I was like, you know what? Let me try something new. So during my last year, I left. I left like around February, in the middle of the season. I left for like a week and a half to go to Dallas to train with a personal trainer and to, like, you know, see if I like the U.S. culture, the U.S., you know, basketball, high school. He took me to high school games and stuff to see if I like it. Because I told my people, I'm like, man, if I'm leaving, I'm going to the U.S. So that's why I took this trip. And after this trip, I was like, wow. So he took me to a high school game. I've never seen a high school game in my life. And it was in Dallas, in Texas. And you know how basketball and football is in Texas. It's big.
Yeah.
So he took me to that high school, and it's like in a big arena, and it's just like packed cheerleaders. People are dancing, screaming. I'm like, yo, I want to do that. So after I came back from that trip, I made up my mind, but I didn't tell anybody. I made up my mind. I'm like, nah, I'm not staying here. I'm going to the US. So that's what happened. And I had an option. So my coach at the time was telling me, you know, it wasn't sure yet, but he was telling me, you know, if you stay, you can maybe be with the pro team, just practicing with them, and just maybe be on the bench with them during game time. But it was just not sure. So I was just like, I don't know if it's true or not. And my coach was actually leaving that, you know, next year. So I was like, you know what? Let me just take that chance and go to the US.
And Jay, let me ask you, how old were you when you were just making all these decisions?
I was 15. Yep.
Wow.
15.
Wow. Congratulations, man. Like, honestly, congratulations. Cause like to make decisions like that at that age, and to make the right decision, which we can see to this day that you made the right decision, you're where you want it to be. It's crazy, man. So wow, congratulations. Cause that was a big
Thank you,
decision
man.
at 15,
Thank you. It was hard, man. It was hard, but you know what? It was just like, I was just ready. Like I said, I was used to being away from home from the age of 13. It's been like 2 years. I'm 15. I'm used to it, you know. So I was like, you know what? Just let's do it. I ain't got nothing to lose. You know, it's just gonna be another experience in my book. So Might as well do it.
Man, and I'm glad you did, because that's how we met. But we'll get there. we'll get there. But basically, Jay, you made one of the greatest decisions that you could make for your basketball career. You decided to come to the United States, man, and that was around the age of 15. So that's huge, 15. Man. So we just want to congratulate you for that.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Thank you, brother.
Jay, so around 15, you come to Salt Lake City, Juan Diego Catholic High School in Utah.
Yes,
Jay, you must have been the only black person in Utah. Were you the only black guy in Utah?
No, I wasn't, man. I met some nice black dudes in Utah, man. But so we had my brother, had a couple connection in Utah. So I was supposed to. So here it is. Hear me out on this story. I was supposed to go. I don't know if you guys heard about this school, Lone Peak.
Long Beach.
I've heard of it.
Lone Peak.
Mm-hmm.
So you know the guy Frank Jackson, right?
Frank Jackson, yep.
That played in Duke, and then now he's playing for the Pelicans.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I was supposed to go to his high school. So I left after my last season in Louisville. I left right away for like a week to just go do a tryout over there at Lone Peak. And so I went and did the tryout, and they liked me. It was perfect. They liked me, and then it was like one of the hottest high school out of Utah, and then they were like top high school in the US. They had games on ESPN. It was crazy. So I was like, man, if they like me, I'm straight. So boom, they liked me. They wanted me to come next year. But, since I'm an international student, this school it was a public school. And so public school don't take international student. So then switch plans. I had to go to Juan Diego, to a private school, which is a good experience too. It was a good school too, but Lone Peak was just crazy, man. I'm talking about, they had games on ESPN, man. They had games on ESPN. They had dudes. They had coaches from everywhere going to their games. But, God made me go to another way. So I went to Juan Diego, and it was just still an amazing experience.
So you liked Juan Diego? It was a fun time for you?
Oh yeah, man. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. If I could go back right now, my 2 years in Juan Diego, I'd do it immediately. It was amazing.
and what about the basketball aspect of it? What about the competition? A lot of people talk about. I mean, it's pretty a known fact. The U.S. is one of the greatest states. When it comes to basketball. So did you notice the competition level rise immediately coming from France to the U.S. or were you ready?
Oh yeah. So before coming in my last year, I was playing with all the guys. So I was ready, because I was playing with all the guys, and some of the guys were playing with the pros too. So I was ready. So when I got to the US, that was the first time that I'm actually playing guys of my age. So I had to, adapt to that. Because, when you play older guys, some of them were like a little slower. You know what I'm saying? See, you got a little advantage. But then I started playing guys my age. And it was like, I got to get used to it, because some of the guys were playing just like me. And then I'm like, whoa, it was crazy. I had to get used to it. But it was tough. At first it was tough because the game is a lot different than in Europe. When I used to play in Europe, it was more like structured. We had plays. Like, I'm talking about, my coach was just crazy over the plays. We had to do plays every single time we go up and down the court. And when I came to high school, it was just, we had plays, but it was just more free. You feel me? Like, it was just more a little freestyle. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get used to that, because I was really used to that structure my whole life. So yeah, I had to get used to that. I had to get used to the speed of the game, because it was just guys my age, and it was just going up and down, up and down, up and down. So I had to get used to that. It was tough, man. It was my first 2 months, 2-3 months was tough. But then I get used to it.
So Jay, with you because I'm gonna be honest with you, I did my research. I did my research on I did my research on everything. I know a lot. And with you saying that statement, like, it was tough the first 3 months, and then you caught on to it. That is literally the perfect way to describe your numbers, because I found your huddle and I found some of your highlights and I found some of your stats, my G, and you were killing shit in high school, bro. Jay Hill, listen to this right here, okay? Your senior year, you were crashing the glass and getting buckets. Look, you had a 20-10 game, you had a 21-12 game, you had a 19-11, you had a 20-10, you had a 15-11, 14-14, 17-14, and every single game you scored more than 12 points. So you were serving your senior year, G. I don't want to hear modesty, man. You were serving.
Yeah, man, I had to. It was so fun, man. It was so fun. Both my junior and my senior, it was so fun, guys. Like, man, it was fun. Like, I wish I could go back. And we did, you know what? We went to the state championship twice, man. The first year we got our ass kicked. Oh my God. Hey, yo, we lost by 50 in the finals.
To who?
So to this team called Ridgeline, man. Listen to that. We got our butt kicked. So in my junior year, I used to start, on and off, because they used to have like the guys that's been at the school for a minute. So they used to start them. So they had this guy, our starting center, that got food poisoning the day of the day of the final, bruh. Dude was just throwing up everywhere. I'm like, yo, what are we doing? And then everybody was just so stressed. The coaches were stressed, so stressed. So they whooped our ass, man. They give us 50. Wow. They give us 50, man. It was crazy. And then the year after that, it was tough. The year after that, I thought we were about to win it all, but we lost, man. We lost. It was my responsibility, because I was one of the leader of the team. I performed well, but not enough, in the big moment. But yeah, I'm kind of sour about these two, man, especially about the last one, man. I wanted to have that ring before I leave, man. It was, But I'm telling you, my first year, man, it was insane, man. It was, because, like, when I got to the school, late, because of the paperwork. So I got to the school super late, like in October. Okay. Because of the paperwork and stuff. So boom, I get to the school and everybody's watching me, and I'm in a private school in Salt Lake City, guys. So everybody's watching me, and I'm black. So they seen, and you know me, I came into school my first day with my mom all swagged out, and everybody's watching me, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is weird, yo. Why is everybody watching me and everybody asking me questions and stuff? And throughout the kind of preseason, people were just messing with me a little bit, but when the season started and I started hooping, you know what happened. Everybody want to be my friend. Like it was just crazy. I was this popular kid out of nowhere. It was cool, man. It was cool.
Okay, you was living it up over there in Utah.
Oh yes, dude. I ain't gonna lie. I was living my best life, man. I was living my best life. You know how high school is. It's just, especially when you play sport.
Man,
it's fun.
Man.
Yeah, so Jason, you had mentioned some of the talent that you played against when you came to the U.S. So I know, just me personally in high school, I played against a lot of former league or people who are in the league now. I would say for me personally, the best player I played was Aaron Gordon in high school. I mean, out of the leagues I played. But did you get a chance to play any anyone who's in the league now, or who would you, if not, like who was the best player you played against out there? Out there in Utah.
Yeah. So listen to that, guys. So I played guys in France that went to the league and in the US. So I played a bunch of guys, man. So you know the guard from the Knicks, Frank Ntilikina?
Yes. Yep.
So I played against him when he was in France, and he whooped our ass. That was like, I think the year after that, he got drafted. So I played against him. I played against Elio Kobo. I don't know if you know him. He played for the Suns, and now he came back to France. And who else? Who else? And then when I came to the US, I played against Troy Brown,
Ooh.
the guy that went he got drafted by the Wizards, and then he got traded to the Bulls, I think. So I played against him and against Troy Brown. It was crazy. It was crazy because, guys, listen to that. We had a game plan. So we respected the game plan 3 quarters. He was like, okay, this guy cannot touch the ball at all. And we did that for 3 quarters. The 4th quarter came. Oh, my God. The dude went super saiyan on us. I'm talking about super saiyan. Just bust our butt. Everything. Pull up. Dunk. A1. Everything. And we was like, yo, we can't do nothing, bro. We was switching on him every time. It was me, Stephen Price, Brennan Fabry on defense. Every time us 3 were just switching. And we had guard Sue on him. We were switching. And it didn't work. And it worked. And that was like one of the NBA guys that I was like, wow, this guy's tough. But the other guys too. But this one is because the other guys I played, but just a little bit. But this game I really played. So I really got to play it against him, play D on him. And so that was like, wow. Oh, wow. Well, after the game, I was like, yo, this guy is different. And I told him, I'm like, Troy, boy, you different.
Yeah, man.
I'm telling you. Telling you, man, for 3 quarters, bro, he was just not doing nothing. And the 4th quarter came, it's like a whole new person. He just went crazy.
The NBA talent is insane, man. Like the difference between even one of your best players, in the rec league or even in college, at a high division 2, man. Mm-hmm. Between the worst player in the NBA is crazy, man. I know. I have a similar story with the NBA players, when playing when they were younger. My junior year, we played Chino Hills, which happened to be the Ball Brothers year. We played them in the championship, and I remember at halftime we were winning 49-50. Lonzo had not scored at halftime. They came out I swear they came out in the 3rd quarter. Lonzo might have scored 100 points in a row. Nobody couldn't do nothing. And then we ended up losing by like 30 something, man. So yeah, the NBA players, they're just different. They're different.
They different, man. They different, man. I'm telling you, even when I was in France playing them, man. Oh my God, man. We had a game plan against Frank. We were just doing everything. Box, double team. And then shit wasn't working. It was still scoring. So these guys was just different, man. It's different, but it's a good experience though. You get better playing against these guys for sure.
Most definitely. So Jason, now you're in high school. You're in high school and you're in the States, man. The competition is for real, man. So you're not just the most sought out athlete around town anymore, because there's everyone else is also similar talent level. So I know that you have some stories for us of either you cooking somebody or somebody getting cooked or just something. I know you got some stories, whether it's practice, games, or something. We want a story over here.
Y'all want the tea, guys. Let me think. Of me cooking or somebody cooking me?
Either one.
Hey, I'm telling you, the best story was the Troy Brown story, because I ain't got. Let me think. Nah, I had this one assignment on defense, because I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm not that good on defense, but I had this one assignment. It was like the best play, one of the best play out of the state. It was like it was the game to get to the state championship tournament. So I had the assignment on defense to shut this guy up, like to not let him score nothing. And I was like, damn, I'm not used to that. It's usually, I do that, on offense, but on defense, like, damn. But I'm not to brag about myself, but I'm really I'm a good like post guy on defense. Like I play good defense on the post. So that was why he told me to do that assignment, and I did that. And I shut him down. I don't remember his name, but I shut him down. He was taller than me too, man. But on defense, man, he couldn't score on me for nothing. I'm talking about lockdown defense, blocking, everything.
That's what I like to hear. Okay, I love
everything. Hey, it's crazy, man, because it was on defense. It was not even on offense. It was on defense, man. I was like, it was crazy. It was crazy. And I end up at the end of the game, I need to send y'all a picture, man. I end up getting hurt, but it wasn't crazy. It was just like, I can't explain it because it was just so weird, but I ended up getting hurt, but we won the game, but I shut him down, man.
Okay,
like,
okay.
Down.
Yes, sir.
I see you, bro. I'm proud of you, my G.
Hey, that's probably the last time that I really locked somebody up.
Hey, you know the thing about that, Jason, is like the offensive nights. I always found like playing the offensive nights will always be there, but defensively, when you lock someone up, those are the ones you really remember. Like you like when you shut down like a star player or someone, the other teams, like you're like, oh, okay, you take that with me. I don't know how you feel about that too. I'm just like, man, I locked him up though. Like,
I locked him up, man. And like the crazy part is I didn't even do a good game on offense. It was just like I probably had 7 points or 10 points, but on defense, man, I was just giving him hell, man. He was just like, it was hard for him. But yeah, I remember that night, man.
There we go.
Sir.
Okay. So Jay, while you were in high school, you decided to play AAU with the Salt Lake Rebels. So how did that go? If you want to explain to us how you found out about the team, did they recruit you? Did you find out about them and try out, or how was that?
So I did. I did 2. I forgot to tell you, I did 2 AAU team. I did the Rebels and the Metro.
Okay.
Salt Lake Metro. So the first time, the last time I did, because I did AU one time, right? And so how did it end up again? I didn't do no tryouts. I don't remember doing no tryouts. And it was just like, it was during the summertime. I finished my first year in high school, and I decided to go back home to France. I wanted to spend time with my mom and my family. And before that, I had like my coach, my high school coach, decided to do me a little program, a workout program, basketball, so I can get better for the next season. So I was doing that. And then I decided, and my coach left on vacation. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to stay here by myself. Everybody left, my whole family left. So I'm like, let me go home to my family. So I went home to my family. And on the process of that, my coach was talking to me about AAU, but I didn't really know what AAU was because it's my first year in the US, right? So he was telling me he's about to be hooking me up with this team or this team. And so I get to France, right? A couple of days goes by. My first week, I was supposed to say like a month, I think. My first week in, it's like in the middle of the night, my phone rings. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, Jay, we need you to come to this tournament in San Francisco. I'm like, what?
You're like, what?
I'm like, bro, I just got here, bro. What the hell? I just got to France. I literally spent not even a week. I'm like, bro, I just got here. My brother is calling me. There's the coach from the AU is calling. I'm like, yo, what the hell? So I left. Unfortunately, I was so sad and so mad, man. So I left to do. So I left with the. My first one was with the Metro. I left with the Salt Lake Metro. So I flew straight from Paris to San Francisco to do this tournament. It was actually that city too, because City do a AU tournament every summer. Mm-hmm. So it was that City, and then I finished my campaign with the Metro. Then I did like a little tryout, but I wasn't already on the team. The coach already told me I was on the team. Shout out to Everett Gray. So I did it with the Rebels. and that was fun too, man. The
And
Rebels was fun. We went to Vegas. It was cool.
do you remember just like because at least like in the States it's majority you're gonna pick up your college exposure through AAU.
Mhm.
Usually you don't, it's really hard to pick up especially in basketball exposure and offers through high school basketball. Did you come upon any offers or any letters of interest or anything while you were playing AAU?
So yeah, I did, but it was hard because of my grades. It was my first year, so my grades was good, but it was good. It was in the middle because it was my first year. So coaches was like, they was not really. They were interested, but not really because of my grades. So I remember I had a text from the UVU coach, some college out of Utah, UVU, and then SUU. So, how you say that? Southern Western or something like that in Utah too. And that was just it. It was just more talks like saying, "Oh, we like you." They were saying that to my coach too, and that was it. That was it.
Man, the school and the grades always messing the athletes up, man.
Man,
Always.
it was hard, man. It was hard. It was hard because it was my first year, so I had to get a lot of stuff done, and I came late, so I didn't do. Since I came late, I came in October. I didn't do my finals on my first semester, so that messed me up a little bit. They saw me my last, even though I did good on my last final in the last semester. They was like, "Where's the grade from the first semester?" But yeah, man.
Okay, but hey, man, it all worked out because next step you made it over back to San Francisco, man. But this time they didn't pull you from the middle of your bedroom at night in France. This time you made the decision, man. I'm gonna head over there to San Francisco City College. So Jay, man, first of all, I'm hella happy you came to City because that's how we met.
That's how we met, brother.
so that's dope, man. I'm happy you came. So Jay, man, first of all, talk to us. Tell us how you ended up on City's team, because for people that grew up out here, they know San Francisco City College is not an easy basketball team to get on, man. It is an elite group. So how did you get a spot on the team besides just you being so talented?
So it was just the coach called me, man. The coach called me. It was the assistant coach, Adam. I don't know if you remember Adam. Have you had Adam? Have him as a teacher?
No, I never had him.
So Adam called me and basically told me that he wanted me to come to San Francisco City, and that he just sent me a care package with letters, books about the school, and I seen all this big time school that they're sending guys to, and I'm like, whoa, that's a really good school. But I had other JUCOs, they were just like regular JUCOs, national JUCOs at me too. So it was a hard decision, man. It was, I ain't gonna lie, it was a hard decision. I did I choose San Francisco City at the last minute, like very last minute.
So that's exactly what we want to talk about. What other school could have almost got you? Where did Jason almost end up?
So I was about to end up at this JUCO in Salt Lake City called Utah Western.
Okay.
And literally, I was about to commit there, guys. Like literally, I get out of school, and I used to have a girlfriend at the time. So I didn't have my driving license yet, so she used to pick me. She used to drive me from school after school, right? So on the way to my house, I'm telling her like, "Yo, Avery, I think I'm just going to go to Utah and USU just for JUCO." I'm telling her like, "Yo, I'm doing it. It's a wrap. Like, I'm about to call my family and say it's a wrap." And I remember her saying, "Jay, calm down. Think about it. Call your brother, call your family, make sure you make the right decision." And I was like, "Man, Avery, you tripping. You know what? I'm staying in Utah. Why would I leave?" I was literally telling her that. Like, why would I leave? Like, I want to stay here. And then I called my brother because like my brother is like, I tell him everything. My brother is like my inspiration. Everything about basketball, I just tell him because he's been in the basketball world longer than me. So I call him and I'm like, bro, I think I'm gonna stay in Utah. And, I like this school in San Francisco, but they don't offer like they don't offer scholarship. You have to pay everything. So I was like, I don't want to do that. I just want to have a school that pays everything. And he was like, you know what, little bro, hold up. Let me call the coach from San Francisco, from City, and I call you back. And the coach from City just called my brother and just told him all the good things that you want to hear. And so then, my brother called me back and was like, okay, your coach said that. Like, he was telling me this. I'm like, all right, guess I might go back to Frisco. So that's how it happened, man. That's how it happened to San Francisco City.
Okay.
It was last minute, man. I'm telling you, last minute.
Man, so big bro had to pull some strings and talk to the coach real quick, man.
Yep.
Yeah. That's huge, man. So Jay, I want to talk about some of your stats again, man, because just like high school, man, you were out there killing, aggressive on the boards, man. At City, I got some of your hoops here. You had a 17-7 game, a 16-8 game, 11-7 game, and a 14-9 game. Jay, we can't discredit you. We got to give you your flowers on here, Jay. We got to realize
that, brother.
We talking about what most people do not realize is that JUCO basketball it's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's tough. It's grown men. It's grown men that are out there playing. A lot of them have been redshirting for like 2-3 years. So you got some kids who are coming out of high school like how you were, and they're playing against some 23, 24-year-olds, man. So Jay, I'm not gonna let you discredit yourself, and I got to give you your flowers that you did your shit at City, Jay. You did your shit.
Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. It means a lot, man. Because I really think I didn't do nothing at City, like for real. I wasn't my full potential over there because I got there, I spent the whole, they used to do this a summer program. So for school, and then I did basketball workouts this whole summer. I just wasn't feeling like myself, I was just like, something is wrong. And I was injured. I had this injury that I've been playing with for the last 2 years. So, and it was starting to get worse and worse and worse. So I had to get surgery. So like I said, my first year at City, man, it was just like, I just wasn't myself, man. And then I had to do this surgery. I don't know if you remember seeing me with the crutches and stuff at the apartment.
I do, yeah.
But I had to do this surgery, and then the coach rushed me to get back. And so, when I wasn't myself, I wasn't at 100%. So it really means a lot to me what you said to me, saying giving my flowers. It really means a lot because I thought I played like crap my whole year at City.
Nah,
because I wasn't really my football. They didn't even see the real Jay, man. That's what I thought. That's true. They didn't see me, man.
Yeah, man, they didn't get to, you didn't get to really unlock your full potential, man. But even with that, man, even with that, me and many others, man, that really know the game, we're able to really see the raw talent in you. And I want to give a shout out to the homie Mech, man, because I went to high school. Mech is the homie, and Mech was at City, man. Do you got any stories about Mech, man? Because we gonna have Mech on the pod eventually, man. I gotta get some a Mech story.
Big U, huh?
Hey,
yo, Mech is one of the nicest guy I ever met at City, bro. He's like me, man. He's a dog. Like
dog, a defense, a dog. And the crazy thing is, Jay, he been like, I've been knowing Mech since our freshman year. He been this way since freshman year. Just a dog on defense, just long, lengthy, man. It just gets after it, man, on both sides.
I'm telling you, Mech is a dog, and I've seen the progression from his first year at City to his second year. I'm like, man, this dude is different. Like I remember seeing him after our first season throughout because me and him used to work out a lot in the summer, me and him. And I used to see the difference, man. It was like he got more swagger. He worked on his shot, his handle. And I was like, man, this guy's about to kill.
About to
I'm talking
kill.
about not even just on defense, on offense. He's just about to kill. He got his bounce back. He's feeling good. I'm telling you, I seen the difference, man. And the whole year, I just seen Mac, and he just got better every single day, man.
Yeah, and it's been like that. And I remember in high school, you know, I practiced and stuff. Mac would try to be bringing the ball down court, and all of us would look at him crazy, right? But the crazy thing is, he was setting himself up for the future, because at the time he's 6'6", 6'5". In high school, you know, that's you running the 5, you running the 4 or 5. Yeah. But in college, you running the 2. You're a small 2. You could run the 1. So man, like I feel you, Mac's been really working on his handle, just working on his overall game, man. So I had to give a huge shout out to Mac, man.
Man, I'm telling you, man, Mac is for him. If he keep playing like that, especially now he's in college, man, sky's the limit. I'm telling you, like, coaches over here in Europe would love to have a guy like him, because he's a freaking dog, man. Like, if I can choose somebody to go to war with, and I know for sure he's coming, I'm taking Big U with me. Big Houdini, man. Hell yes.
Every time. Every time, man.
Every time, man. Every time. And the crazy part is, like, you know me, when I play, I talk crap. And Mac doesn't say nothing. And I'm like, I used to tell him, like, yo, Mac, bro, just say something, man. You're playing some crazy ass defense and just getting crazy stops. Just do something. He's just like, nah, it's just don't say nothing. But yeah, man, Mac is just like a raw talent, man. He's just so talented. He can't finish like around the rim, handles. I'm telling you, Mac is just different. Sky is the limit for my brother Mac, man. I'm telling you.
Facts, man. Facts. So Jay, you know, I want a story, man. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I want a story
about Mac.
About whether about Mac or whether about City. I want a favorite on the court and off the court story, because I know you got a lot, man.
Hey, let me tell you this story about Mac.
Okay, let me hear it.
Yo, this is the first practice back from the next season. We practicing hard as hell, man. I'm talking about we scrimmaging, and it's like the first time we had the whole group together. And that year, bro, we had a crazy group, bro. We had a guy, Miles Lawrence, come from Oregon. We had a crazy group. So it's the first time we like going at each other. And we playing. And then I don't remember what happened. Meg got elbowed, something like that. And his tooth got messed up. Oh my God. That was probably one of the funniest thing ever, bro. Like, I'm telling you. Because he had this haircut. He just took his braids out or something. So his hair was just all messed up. He had this little, his tooth all chipped up. He looked like what's the
doing one teeth?
No, the little emoji from Mario, the brown thing. What's it called again? You know what I'm talking about?
the little thing that be bouncing on Mario Kart.
Yeah.
The mushroom.
Yeah. Yo, I swear.
You're sick.
Yeah.
Hey, Mac was looking like that, bro. I was dying, but that was one of my Mac story. But other story about City on the court, I don't really have one, man, other than this one. You think I don't,
or any off the court, or anything that's happened to Man City, that like team camaraderie or anything, man, or even you making that relationship with Josh, man, you know, at the house.
Oh man, off the court, that's why I love I like my 2 years in San Francisco, because I met incredible people like you, Josh, Caleb, the people that I play with my first year, Alec, Niame, Dale. Then my second year, you know, we had guys like Miles, Darion, my little bro, Darion, Nate Robinson, my guy. I just met a lot. I met awesome people, man. Especially my second year, the basketball team was like this. I'm talking about like this. Like we was doing everything together. That's why I didn't play though because of my grades, but that's why on the court they were so successful because of the court. We were just like this. We was always doing stuff together. Always okay. Come to my house. Let's play video games. Always. There was not just okay a group right here and a group right. We was all together, and that's one of my that's the only off the court moment I remember. Then I met some cool people outside the city. But from city, man, I just off the court it was just an unbelievable experience. I met a lot of real cool people, man. Like from the basketball team to the football team to the soccer team. I met a lot of cool people, man. A lot.
Man, that's great.
For
A
sure.
lot. But hey, let me say this though. I wasn't myself in San Francisco, man. I just wasn't. It wasn't me though. Like the 2 years, when it's kind of hard to explain because I went from being a man at my high school to going to this college where there's a bunch of guys that were just like me, being a superstar at a college level or at a high school level, and now I'm here in city, just kind of lost, man. I was just lost in the sauce. So it was kind of hard for me, man. It was kind of hard for me. I'm gonna be honest, man. I'll be raw with you, man. My first year, it was tough, especially when I got the surgery. It was tough, man. It was tough. It was a lot of dark moments. I'm talking about dark, guys. Like, I got my surgery and I was just like, man, why? You just asking yourself, like, why is it happening to me? Like, it was hard. It was hard. I was like, am I going to get, it was just, even though it was just a little surgery, I turned my meniscus, but pretty bad though. It was like a big tear. But I was just like, am I going to be myself again? Is this going to, hurt my career? Like, it was hard. It was hard. I remember just laying in my bed in my room in the dark, man, not putting no lights because I was just so not in a good place mentally. And I thank God that, I can go to you guys' house and just think about other stuff, laughing with Josh, you and Caleb. But yeah, man, outside of that, I met some cool people, but man, my 2 years in San Francisco were tough for me. It was tough for me. That's why I wanted to touch on that subject too about, mental health. It was tough, especially my second year. I couldn't play because of one of my grades was messed up. So, I couldn't play basketball. I could practice, but I couldn't play, games. So it felt like something was taken away from me, And so I didn't know really how to handle it. So I had I was depressed. I lost confidence in myself my last year. It was just not me, and I want everybody for this interview, like that watching this, that to know that, mental health is real, especially for, people our age, and we need to talk about it. That, it's real. I went through it, even though I didn't show it, but man, I was fighting demons, man. My years, man, it was tough. It was tough. It was tough, man. Especially my last year, I lost confidence, man. It was like, am I gonna be able? Like, I was on the court and saying to myself, "Can I still do this? Yo, am I good enough to do this?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like those type of questions. So it was hard. It was, especially my last year. It was really hard. I was depressed, lost confidence. I didn't know if I wanted to play ball again, to be honest. I was just in a dark place. But thank God now, back to myself. I'm back to me. But I just went.
You good. You don't even need to apologize, man. As a matter of fact, we want to thank you for opening
absolutely.
up and being so, open and honest about, your experiences and, your experiences can be an inspiration to help others, man. So we want to thank you, man.
Yeah,
go ahead, Jay Hill.
It was oh, my bad, Jay Hill. I'm just gonna say it was hard, man, and it was hard. And I want to say this to every kid or every guy to my age, is a woman or a man, that if you got a problem, you got to talk to somebody, and just don't let it flow like that. You need to talk, because I end up hurting people, by having all these troubles in my head. So I just wanted to say this, man. Mental health is real. If you don't feel good, just don't be afraid to talk to your friends, your parents. And yeah, man.
Man, thank you for that. For real.
Yeah, I really appreciate you sharing that with us, Jay. And it's so important because I mean we all experience different things in life, and the key thing is, like you said, you're not alone. Someone's always willing to talk to you, because we all got problems. We're all going through different things. So no, we appreciate you sharing that. But one thing I wanted to ask you was, I mean, you came from, like you said, three very different places. One being France, Utah, and then the Bay Area, the Yay area. So kind of talk about, well, specifically for the question I had for you in state at SF City is, you said obviously it was a dark time and all that, but what was kind of like your secret sanctum, or like where would you go? What did you enjoy about the city kind of outside of ball and things like that? Where would you go, and what parts did you like about the Bay? Like what was your experience like in the Bay outside of ball?
Hey, the Bay is different. Yo, SF, I'm telling you this right now. I miss San Francisco. I want to go back. I want to go back. I miss SF so bad. But so my first year, listen to that. So my first year, I met you, Josh, Caleb. So the first month, like the first half of the year, I was always at his spot.
Yeah. You was always at the house.
Always at the house, having a good time. I didn't really. We used to went out a little bit and out the city, but I didn't really go out, explore the city until the second half of the year, when unfortunately my boys went to school in Texas. That's why I was kind of on my own, alone a little bit, because I didn't have nobody anymore. So that's when I started, visiting the city and exploring these little spots, so you can see the ocean and stuff. So my little sanctuary, I'm gonna say, was Ocean Beach, man.
Yes, sir.
I used to go there a lot, man. Just even my last year, just to walk down, put my earbuds and just to walk, man, and just seeing the water and just, spend time with me. And it's my last year. I used to have a girlfriend, and we used to go there a lot, man. Oh my God, like I'm talking about late night drive. Ocean Beach, just catching a vibe, man. It was just one of my spots. But also, I used to go to Cheesecake Factory a lot. Hey, I'm telling you, me and my old girl, bro, we used to kill the cheesecake at Union Square, man. I'm telling you, but I was
at Union Square, yeah.
Yo, what? Guys, there was not 1 month I didn't go to Cheesecake Factory.
Damn.
Like, it was that bad, bro. It was that bad. But yeah, I used to go to Ocean Beach a lot.
Right.
When I was kind of feeling like yeah, I need to get something out of my mind or stuff. I used to go to Ocean Beach and just take my little book right here, my little secret book, and just write stuff in it, listen to music, just catching a vibe. Even during the lockdown, so I was in San Francisco when the first lockdown came. So even during the lockdown, I used to just rent a bike and just scroll down the beach, man. It was, Ocean Beach was my spot.
Man, that's nice to hear, and it was cool, to always have you come around the house, because I at the time, like, I was literally in that house. I'm the only basketball player. I'm the only hooper in a house full of football players. A house literally full of. So it was cool to have you come, Jay. You know, we would talk hoops, man. We would be up there. I'll be serving Josh in 2K. It was fun times back then, man. It was fun times.
Yo, Jay Hill, I'm talking about. I used to be at his house till like 2 or 3 in the morning, man.
Every day.
I know that.
Every day. Talking and laughing. Hey, remember this? Remember this? Your neighbor, the weird one, the girl.
Yeah,
you remember her?
The girl who was who was like satanic and like was just crazy.
Oh,
and said
what?
she said she was gonna sue Caleb because he used her little brush. Oh my God.
Jeez,
That's crazy, Jay.
That's
man.
good
I can't
times,
believe that.
man. It was good times, man. Like I said, I met some amazing people, man. And then even my second year outside the city, I met. Who could imagine that? I met some people that speak French, some French people, French Congolese people. So it was just crazy. Even the girl I used to date was French. Like, how can you? Like, it's just crazy story, man. Like, I'm telling you, SF is my city, man. I love San Francisco. Like, I wouldn't live in San Francisco. I would live like outside, like I say Warner Creek or Pleasant Hill, like East Bay type of vibe. But yeah, SF, guys. If I can take a flight tomorrow to go to SF for 2 weeks, I'd do it right now.
Definitely. Jay, so let me ask you here. You talk about, you talked about mental health, and that's extremely important, and feel free, to double back on that and double back on it again and talk about it some more if you want to. But Jay, if I had to ask you, you whether you believe it was a successful career at City College or not, others, your peers do, and your peers really respect your time at City, and they respect your opinion, man. So for a young kid, that is looking up to you, that's like, man, I want to go play at City. I want to go be able to do numbers and then be able to go on to the next level after. What's one piece of advice that you would, be willing to give a young high school kid who wants to be able to get through that system and go on to the next level like how you did?
That he wants to go to City, I tell him, my man, just be tough, because excuse my language, but shit is about to get real, and just have fun, and yeah, be prepared and have fun, man, because it's gonna be a long ride, a long but a short ride. It's gonna be a ride. Just have fun, just be prepared. But most important, have fun. Hey, you guys, can you realize that I had some haters at City?
You had some haters at City?
Yeah, haters at City.
Man, I have this one message that stuck to me in my head throughout my whole year this year, in my poor year. Was my counselor, Katie, was just talking mad crap about me in front of the whole class. Math class. It was a math class with the basketball team, the football team, the basketball girls. So that there's a lot of people. So I remember the counselor was just like, "Oh," because I didn't play that year. "Oh, Jay, you're gonna cry about your grades again this year. So I don't really care. And I'm not worried about you. Next year, your ass gonna be on the bench again, crying over your grades. Next year, you're gonna be on the bench at City." And I started laughing, and that stuck to me until now. Every time I was putting my jersey this year, I was like, "Hey, I remember what Katie said to me. I remember that. Now look at me. I'm overseas.
Sir.
I'm overseas playing pro. So whose ass is still sitting at City? Not mine." So yeah, I wanted to touch that on City, man, because I use that as motivation every day. I'm talking about every day. You should think about that.
Ew.
Every single day.
And that's important, man. And that's important to be able to hold on to that one thing that's gonna put that fire inside of you, man. So hey, that the counselor at City, he maybe need to get fired, or he needs a raise, because he just gave you a life.
She's a she, but
hey,
she. Yeah, I'm telling you, I was even some of the people, some of the coaches was like, "Man, they used to tell me. I had one meeting before I left. They tell me, man, because I told them I'm not staying next year. I'm going back home because I was not feeling like myself, and I needed to bounce. I was like, I'm going home, and I'm gonna try to go pro. And I told that to my JUCO coach, and this guy was laughing at me. He was laughing literally. No, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. He was literally laughing at me and saying, "Man, why are you gonna go pro? You ain't even proven the JUCO level. You can't even score 20 points in the JUCO game, and you trying to go pro? Like, get out of here. You're not serious." He was saying some stuff like, "Damn, bro, like you don't believe in me." So that fueled into the fire too, man. That and the cancer, that motivate me every single day to get up and go to work.
Man, that honestly I got goosebumps hearing that, Jay, because that's just like, that's a real story, man. That's somebody really doubting you, and that's real life. We always hear it on movies or whatever, but like, man, this is real. Like somebody's to your face.
That is real, man.
Doubting
real.
you,
and the crazy part about the cancer, it was like in front of everybody too, man. I'm like, I felt ashamed a little bit. Like, why are you talking about my situation in front of everybody? My situation. Why are you doing that? Just because I was acting a fool a little bit? Just pull me to the side and talk to me. You try to talk to me about in front of everybody just to be like, act like the big boss? Like, come on, man. Get out of here with that stuff.
Man, hey, but
telling you.
But next time you pull up to City, you're gonna pull up with the pro hooper check, and you're gonna be like, "Hey, could you park my car for me, please?"
Boy, you already know I thought about that.
man. So Jay, you hold on to what your coach says to you. You hold on to what your counselor says to you, and you really instill that in your mind. You say, "Man, I need to get to work every day because I'm gonna go pro." And you do that exactly, man. And before we even get into your pro career, let me just sit here and just congratulate you, man. Because as for me, being a hooper, and I could speak for almost every other hooper, 99.999% of the hoopers in the world. They all want to go pro at some level, at some point in their life, whether it's the NBA, whether it's overseas, whether it's wherever, man. They all wanted to be a pro hooper, play basketball for a living. And you did that. You accomplished that. So, Jay, first of all, man, congratulations, because that is not an easy feat, man. Good job, man. Congratulations.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Congrats, man.
It's not easy, guys. It's not easy because saying that you want to go pro and being a pro is different, man. So like I said, when I got back, when the lockdown started to get a little smooth around June last year, yeah, it was like around June, yeah. So I got back here in France last year in June. It was hard, man. It was hard because I didn't finish. I didn't play a whole year, so I didn't really had tape like that.
Yeah.
So, for a pro team to give somebody a contract with high school tape and a little bit of, JUCO tape, it's hard, man. It's hard because you pay somebody a lot of money for him to perform. You got expectation. It's hard, So when I got back, I took a little slap in the face, man. Like, damn, like. I felt like nobody want me, nobody want to give me a chance. So like from June to like September, it was hard. My phone was it was dry, man. It was dry. And I used to go work out and pair with some other pros, and other pros used to tell me, man, Jay, you can play, man. You can play. Man, you can play in this league, Like, why don't you have a contract? I used to tell them, man, they don't want to give me a chance. And it's hard. At first, it was hard for me because I used to work out with other dudes, and I'm like, man, I know I can. If this guy can do it, I can do it. But that's the problem. You can't be thinking like that because
it's different.
So it's different. So like I said, it was hard. It was hard because it's a business, man. You can't really take chances like that. It's a business to take a guy that did finish his his JUCO curses, and then he didn't even go to D1. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. So, like I said, from June to like September, I have some teams, talking, but it was just not really something like, okay, we're gonna give you this. It was just like, yeah, we like him, but it was just always this, we like him, but there's not enough film, or yeah. I used to go. I did in the month of August, the same time last year. In August, I used to go all around France and do tryouts. I did tryout with a team. Team used to do me. I remember when this one tryout, this team did me dirty. But again, it's a business. It's a business. But I learned from it, and now I'm here. And then I want to thank my coach Rando and the entire Lausanne organization for taking a chance on me, on a 21-year-old. Because man, it was tough. It was tough. It was tough, man. I was really like, damn, did I make the right decision? Was like I was thinking about my JUCO coach was right. Was he saying, am I good enough, or And then the phone rang and we made that happen.
Exactly, man. So I don't want to. I think you just pronounce it. I don't want to butcher it though. It's in Switzerland. It's Lucerne Pulley Fox. I didn't want to mess it up.
So it's Lausanne Puy Foxes. It's Puy. Hey, sorry guys from Puy. Don't kill me. But it's Puy Lausanne Foxes.
Okay, Lausanne Foxes. Okay, so you get your pro contract, and again, congratulations on that. But explain to us, how did that happen? Because like how you said, you didn't have much film. You had film from when you were in high school, and then you had film from a little bit time at JUCO at City. So how did you land a spot on the roster? Was it, I know you said you were going to try out. So was it like that, or how did it happen?
So it happened because I have, I thank God, I know multiple people in the basketball business in Europe. So I had one of my mentor, he was just checking on me all summer, see if I was okay. How's my free agency was going. The other team calling, I was telling him no. So he told me, I got this one connect in Switzerland. I know the coach. Send me your film, your resume, everything. And that's how it happened, man. That's how it happened. So then the coach called me, and the rest is history. Then I came. So I came for a month to do like a tryout. It's like a tryout deal, like for to see if I like it, and if the team like me, and if I fit the team, system and all that. And it went smoothly, man. And then the rest was history. But unfortunately. So listen to that. Crazy. Get to Lausanne. First week, practice, everything good. I can't play the game that weekend because I didn't finish the paperwork. So then the next week it's the big game, one of the biggest games of the season. It's like a rival game. So I played this game. Then COVID hit pretty bad in Switzerland. So they canceled our season for like 2.5 months. After that, no basketball, nothing, no practice, nothing.
He like, damn.
I'm like, damn, bro, I just got my chance. Like, what the heck, yo? What is going on with me? I just got here. People are starting liking me. I did my first pro game. Like, yo, what? I can't catch a break. So after that, it was like 2.5 months or 3 months, no basketball. So I had to come back home, and I went back home, and here too it was on lockdown. So everything was just closed here because COVID was terrible here. So I was on lockdown. I couldn't do nothing, couldn't practice, nothing. So for 2.5 months, I stayed at home, and then our season resumed back in March, end of February, March, and then rest is history, man. The rest is history.
So kind of walk us through, like you said, so COVID, you were off during that time. So were you at home? So what were you doing to kind of stay ready for the season? Like what was that workouts looking like? Were you getting into a park or a gym, or what was that like?
It was tough. It was tough. So when I first got back, I got back. I stayed with one of my pro friends, Yvon, one of my best friends in the basketball business. I stayed with him for like a couple of days to work out, and then I went back to my hometown, and everything was just closed, man. It was like back to the roots. What are we back to the drawing boards? What am I gonna do?
Man.
Because like the gym was closed, the weight room was closed, like everything. It didn't matter if you had plugs or not. Like I couldn't do nothing. So I had this one personal coach that we took him back to the drawing boards. We were just working out outside, conditioning, 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 conditioning from December. And then I got back to a kind of dark place again, but it was not as dark as SF. Because I was like, man, bro, why is this happening to me? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So then that, and then I shook back up. I had to talk with my mom and my family, and then I started involving with my the five best friends that I met when I used to play basketball here in my hometown.
Yeah.
We motivate each other, and we started doing sports together, like multiple activity, like go play soccer, do all basketball activities. And then one of my homeboy in the south, he's from the south of France. His name is Claude. So he was like, "Hey, bro, I know you're kind of down. I'm on the break for like 2 weeks. Just come to my house. We're gonna work out. I have gyms open. Come to my house. We're gonna work out. Get your mind off. What's going on in your mind." And I did that. So I stayed with him, and I worked out with him. And then I get the phone call that the season about to resume. So I went back from my South of France trip, stayed at home for like a week and a half or two maybe, then left. But yeah, man, it was tough. It was tough because then I was going through a kind of breakup.
Okay.
He's like going through the
Man.
breakup.
Yeah.
Hey,
Breakups could be
no,
tough.
Yeah,
They
we
could
know
be
those
tough.
ones. Yeah.
boy. Yeah,
Mhm.
because at first when it happened, when it hit, I was doing my basketball season. You don't think about it because you're too
No, I'm
busy.
not even tripping.
Yeah.
Hey, boy, when that basketball season stopped and I had nothing to think about, this shit hit me like, boom.
Mhm.
You hella funny, Jay.
But yeah, I had to, man, that breakup messed me up. So my homie took care of me and, told me to come to his house. His mom was cooking for us, had a great
That's
time
beautiful,
playing video
man.
games, working
Yeah.
out. And then I got the call that the season's about to resume. So yeah, man, it was tough. It wasn't that tough. It was tough. I'm not gonna lie. It was tough because I wanted to play. I
Yeah.
wanted to play, and it was tough. But like I said, I never spent that much time at home since the age of 13. I was home from uh end of no November until like February, and I never ever. It's been like since 13. I never spent that much time at home. So the positive side of it is like I had to spend time with my mom, my dad, my sister, and my niece. So it was good, and I had to spend time with my friends because when I was living in the U.S. or going to the academy, I was only here for like a couple of days or a couple of weeks. I can see everybody. So during that period of time, I really spent time with my five best friends, spent quality time with them, quality time with my mom, and yeah, it wasn't easy, but it was that was the positive of it. I spent some good time with my people, man.
Man, that's beautiful. Jay, I want to ask you this, man. What was your welcome to the pros moment? They always talk about welcome to the NBA moment. There's no way that you didn't have a welcome to the pros moment. Those are grown men out there playing for contracts and for their families. So you had to have had a crazy moment on the court.
So my first practice, it was my first practice, my first practice, and then the first game back after the COVID stop. So my first practice, I get there, I just got out the train, I get there, we practice, and then they had lost the week before. And the coach do this thing like, yo, every time we lose, if we lose by, I think it was if we take points over 75, you run a suicide. And I'm like,
Yeah.
bruh, in my head, I'm like, bruh, I used to do that thing in high school. We in pro. Why are we doing that? You
Mhm.
know? And I just got here. I literally just got off the train. So we just practicing, you know, warming up, doing this 2-on-2 drill, 3-on-3 drill. Then he was, all right, guys, on the line. And so I'm walking. And I turn back and I'm like, Coach, am I doing it?
Did a double
He's
say.
like, he was like, man, hell yeah, man, you're a part of the team now. Welcome to the club. Boom, on the line. I'm ready to suicides.
Oh,
I had
man.
to do, bro. I had to do. I think it was like 5 or 6 suicides. My first practice, and then after that, we're scrimmage. So I had to perform.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, it was that. That was my welcome moment. And then the other one was the first game back after COVID, when I used to guard this big guy. He was like 6'10", like 230, like a big dog, like big guy, man. He bust my butt the first half, and I'm like, okay, this is different. This is like pro stuff. And then
You're like, I ain't never seen someone this big.
Yeah, he was big, man. He was big, man. And you know, then we had they had this American guy just talking a whole lot of crap. But you know, when in high school or the JUCO, when they talk crap, it's not, you know, I don't know. I don't take it the same. But now it's pros, like it make me sour. You know, a grown man telling me you can't shoot, or man, you gonna airball that thing. It was like, you know, welcome. Those were my welcome moments, man.
Okay, so that was your welcome moment. But Jay, I wanted to ask you about the arenas, okay? Because we've had a pro hooper on this pod, Israel. You know, he played a little bit in Spain, and he said that the arenas were crazy. It was like people cracking off fireworks. It was people ringing off them cowbells.
Yeah.
He said it was just insane. So how was the intensity in the arenas for where you played?
So the problem in Switzerland is that, you know, we have gyms, but it's like school gyms. So our gyms are not that good, except one big club. But especially my level, it was the same for all levels. So our gym was not that good, and with COVID, we couldn't really have super fans.
Okay.
We couldn't allow only like was it 40 people in the gym. Understand? So you just
it couldn't even get too cracking.
Yeah. So yeah, it was
Okay.
just except during the finals, you know, we had a little crowd, but nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. Okay. But what about the player? You know, I know earlier Jay Hill asked you a question of, Jay Hill mentioned how he played against Aaron Gordon, and you mentioned about some NBA players. So what about who's the hardest player? You know, like, is there like a LeBron of the league over there? You know what I'm saying? Who that guy's just running the league over there?
It's a good question. No, so I did it in the second division in Switzerland. So it's a really interesting league. Like my team, like we was only young dudes like me, man. The oldest guy, but we had an OG. He was like 32, but it was like he was the oldest guy. Then it was like 24, 25. So it was just like we had a young team, and then the other teams, you know, it was just like a mix of young and old. But it was just like it was a good experience. I had to get adapt to the European game again, you know, because it's different. It's different, man.
When you say different, like what is it? You know, I know the way Israel described it to us when he was on the pod. He mentioned that it's just a lot more slowed down, a lot more of a half court game, a lot more you need footwork. You know, post players are still very prominent. You know, if you're good in the post, you're most likely going to be getting a lot of burn out there. So how is do you agree with that? Like, how is the play different than here in the States?
It's so for us, for example, I liked it because they remind me how we play in the States on my team, because we was young, so we was going up and down. But other teams was just like way more slowed down, you know, guards calling the plays, making sure they're doing the play right. You know, it's that. And then from my end, I thought that it was a lot physical, way more physical than I expected. You know, because in JUCO or in D1s, you can get easy calls by just screaming or just faking a little bit. But here, man, in Europe, it's tough. I forgot about that. Like you can push, elbow, everything. So I had to get used to that again. But it's physical. It's physical, man. And I had to get back. I had to get used to the refs again. Hey, guys, I was a bad example. Whoever's watching this, hey, I'm a bad example on the court. I had 4 technical fouls.
Dang.
He was out there tripping.
Yeah. Man, bro, it was hard. I tell you, I had to get used to it, man. Because I'm like, okay, I'm playing physical, but me, I play physical, but then I get too physical, and then calling it. So I'm like, And then some of the refs, man, you couldn't talk to them, so it was just like, shut up.
That's hella funny.
But yeah, I had to get used to that too, man. But yeah, it's way more slowed down and way more physical than I expected.
Okay. So Jay, as we start to wrap up here, I want to ask you a couple of last questions here. One that we've been asking for every stage of your life, and I want to know: can I have a favorite moment on and off the court while you're playing with the Fox? I'm not even going to try to mispronounce it again.
My favorite moment from this year. On the court, it was one of my teammates, man. It was one of my teammates, Harry. His name is Harry Lucio. It was number 8 on our team, and he's this guy that's he just work hard every day at practice, man. I'm talking about he worked hard in everybody. Like I'm talking about from the weight room to the court. And that night we had a game, and we needed to win that game, or else we couldn't make the playoff. The playoff picture was over. And Harry just stepped up and had a wonderful, beautiful game, man. And that was probably one of my favorite on the court moments, to see him finally shine after all the work that he put in. So that was my on the court moment. And off the court was the camaraderie we had with the team. It was a pretty good team. We liked each other. We did something for my coach's birthday before going to the tournament. For his birthday, we brought a cake, blew his candle, and all that. So that was one of my favorite off the court moment. And also when when we got our ticket to the playoff, after the game, we just went crazy in the locker room. So yeah, that was my off the court one, but my on the court was like really for my brother, man, Harry, his game that he killed it. He killed it for us. And I got another one too. One of my best teammates. He's like he's from how you say it, Serbia. Y'all know the country, Serbia? Yeah. He's my Serbian teammate. His name is Stefan. Crazy guy. I don't know if anybody told you that, but Serbian are crazy. They're crazy, but he's just such a nice guy. And so same for him, man. He's just coming in every day, just putting the work, and my coach really liked him. So he was on his butt every day, and he was kind of down on himself, didn't know if he could fit on the team or if he's gonna get a lot of burn or not. And then so we in the playoff. We won the first game. We won game 1. And we need to win game 2, right? So we can move on to the next round. And game 2, we doing pretty good. We winning, but it's when you having that game, like it's a slow game. You feel like this game is taking forever. Like then the other team is just coming back. It's like, yo, what the hell? And so my coach was just like, bruh, he just gave the chance to my man Stefan, and he just stepped up. I'm talking about stepped up, guys. He went crazy. First shot. First shot he had, guys, the sidestep.
Three.
Sidestep,
Jeez.
pull up three.
Oh,
First shot with 3 seconds on the shot clock. Boom, we catch it. Oh, he looked at it. He looked at us. Literally looked at us and did his sidestep. Pull up. It went in. And then he did that the whole entire second half. No, it was like the third quarter. Yeah, third quarter. And killed the other team. The other team was coming back, and he killed them by himself. Talk about he did everything. Threes, layups, assists. He was everywhere. And that was my second on the court moment. Because if he wasn't here that night, I don't know if we would win the game, to be honest. Because he really stepped up and gave us that fresh energy that we needed, and that we needed.
Man, and one thing I really like about you, Jay, and this is I've known this from you since I've known you, man. It's just you're so selfless, man. You're always just giving the praise and the respects to others, man. So we want to give you your flowers and give you your turns, man, and give you your praise and your respects, man. So we both, me and Jay Hill, just like want to just straight up thank you, man. Just straight up thank you, not only for your time today, that you've blessed us with your time, all your stories, and man, like let's be real, Jay, you over here in France, it's 4 a.m. over there, and you
it's 5 a.m. It's 5 a.m.
It's 5 a.m. and you still making time for us, Jay. So man, we really appreciate that, and we want to give you your flowers, man, and say congratulations for every level, man, for you doing it at the local level when you played at the club, and then you coming and making a big step going to the United States, and then going to San Francisco City College, and then now being here where you are now, being a professional basketball player. So Jay, man, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your time and congratulations, my G.
Thank you, man. It means a lot. Hey, cheers, guys. I'm cheering on this juice. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers. I got water right here.
Hey. It means it.
Cheers.
It means a lot, man. And thank you for you guys' time too, man. I had a pleasure. I had a blast. And for me, the journey is not over. Now I'm on my way to get another contract. So the journey is not over. It's just the beginning. But thank you guys so much for your time, and I enjoy, and I would love to come back, either to talk about me or just to talk about basketball, NBA. Just let me know. Let's do it. Jay here, I enjoy, man, your question. I enjoy talking to you. It was a pleasure, man. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure.
Man, Jay Hill, you got any last words you want to say?
Nah, Jason. No, it was great hearing more about your story, and definitely gonna be following you. And good luck the rest of the way too. We appreciate you. It's 5 a.m. there, man. Just more of what John said. Nah, I can tell you're a selfless dude, and it's gonna take you far in your career. So keep going, man. Keep pushing.
Man, appreciate that. But it's 5 a.m. But hey, guys, I catch COVID last week, so I was up all night playing video games. So y'all lucky. I'm used to that timing right now. So I'm used to be playing FIFA right now because I had COVID.
Okay.
I just got out of quarantine yesterday. So yeah, I'm up.
All right. Regardless.
Hey, Jason. Last question here. What's next for Jason Ricketts?
What's next for me? Just get another contract and get another opportunity, and that's it, man. Just that's it. Just get another opportunity, man. I'm just blessed and thankful to be waking up every day to do something that I love. It's hard, man, in this world to just wake up and be like, yeah, I'm going to work, and I'm happy to do that. I'm waking up every day, and I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm going to my job, and my job is basketball, and I'm happy to do that. So, what's next for me is just to play basketball as long as possible, man, and hopefully win the championship somewhere.
Man, I love that, Jay. And you already know, man, since the day we've met, you got my full support, man. I believe in you. I know you're gonna do big things, man. This is really only the beginning for your pro career, and everyone else is gonna soon know about the name Jason Ricketts, man.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. It means a lot, brother. It means a lot. And I wanted to say this, man. Continue what y'all doing on y'all podcast. Y'all doing an amazing content. And just let me know if y'all want to bring other players, man. I can hook you guys up, man. It's a really good thing what you're doing, man. Really, really, really good. I mess with it. I can see. I be commenting on y'all posts on Instagram. Y'all don't be replying, man.
Well, we got you with a reply. I got you with a reply.
Yeah.
No, but it's all good. But guys, it's amazing what y'all doing. You have amazing content. And just keep going, and nobody can tell you. Nobody can tell you can do it anymore. Just keep pushing. Y'all keep pushing, and yeah, keep doing y'all thing, man. Keep doing y'all thing. And most important, man, it's important. If you don't have this, you can't do nothing, man. Health is wealth.
Health is wealth, man. That is
1,000%.
a perfect way. That is a perfect way for us to put a little bow tie on this on this podcast, man. Health is wealth, man. So
health is wealth, and I want to add something, and I hope you guys realize that now with COVID, people realize, like I realize that everything is just not secure anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like everything can be just gone like this. So make sure you hold on to your dreams, brother. Make sure y'all hold on to y'all dream and just keep dreaming. And you never know what's gonna happen. Manifest it, doing everything, work for it.
Facts, man. Facts, man. As always, you guys don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You know, whether you guys are on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify, man, make sure you leave us a comment. Make sure you leave us a like. Make sure you leave us a ranking on our podcast, man. And as always, man, don't forget to go follow my guy Jason, man. My guy Jason on the IG. I'm gonna go ahead and put his Instagram right there, right in his little bubble, man. So make sure you go give him a follow. So you can stay up to his life, man, his pro career, and what's next for Jason, man. So make sure you go follow him and go follow Clutch Talk on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, man. We'll be on there. We love debating, man. So that's it. We're out of here, y'all. Clutch Talk out.
Peace out.
Peace.